Ladies and mostly gentlemen, today we're going to talk about classic WoW, and more specifically, this might be the start of a little mini-series I'm going to do, checking out the unused maps of classic World of Warcraft. But before we jump into all of that, I just want to let you guys know that I'm currently streaming over on twitch.tv/MrGM. That's where I've been, that's why we've had a lack of videos, been moving over to streaming full-time pretty much. So if you want to check me out, streaming classic WoW when it comes out in a couple weeks, twitch.tv/MrGM. So, this video specifically is about the Caverns of Time. Now I know the Caverns of Time in vanilla is blocked off, and you can actually access it through a little bit of an interesting way and go and explore that, but that's not what we're going to talk about. Everybody knows all about that. So what if I told you, in the classic WoW files and in the vanilla files, there is a fully fleshed out and complete version of the Blackmorass and Escape from Durnhold, which are two dungeons from the Burning Crusade expansion. So yeah, this is actually pretty cool. I don't know how many people actually know about this, so I believe the absolute legend Haven Games did do a video on the Blackmorass a couple of years ago. Absolutely incredible videos from that guy, and I miss him dearly. One of my absolute inspirations on YouTube. So yeah, let's begin by talking about the Blackmorass. Now, as I said, the Blackmorass was a dungeon in TBC and has a fully working map in classic WoW. So the way we're going to look at this is through a map viewer, so there won't be any NPCs, unfortunately. I don't know if there is any NPCs actually spawned in the actual classic WoW files. That's not something I can get into, but yeah, essentially this area here is exactly the same. Currently there's no water in there. I think there's an issue with the water on the classic WoW files. I'm not really sure, but yeah, there's no water in this area. But beyond that, it's actually, as I said, identical to the Burning Crusade version. So when they brought it out in Burning Crusade, they really didn't do anything. Now I say identical, but it's not really, because there's an extra part to it. So if you go through where the normal instance portal is, you actually end up in a very interesting area. So let's go way back to the start of the map here, and you have this area which is like an unfinished, very strange looking version of the outside area of the Caverns of Time. Now going through there, you go through the regular kind of instance portal area, and you end up on this strange bridge. And they've really utilized the fog control here, because you really can't see much ahead of you or behind you, so it's kind of a bit of a mystery. And you go across this strange bridge with sand, kind of looking similar to like Anchorage. You've got these two spires coming up, and then a massive tower looking thing. You could go inside, but there's nothing inside. The actual path up this tower is on the outside. It's like a twirly path on the outside. It's very, very strange. You go all the way up at that, and then you go inside the Blackmorass where you would normally. It's really strange, and it's not actually there in the current game file version of this in 8.2. So this is actually something they developed back in vanilla and then scrapped when they decided to make it a dungeon. I don't really know what it is. Maybe it's like a path through time or something like that, like you're meant to, kind of like in any time travel thing where they go through this kind of limbo area and then eventually end up where they need to be. Not sure if this was planned to have any NPC spawns in it. That would have actually been pretty cool. Maybe some Dragonflight people, even just kind of patrolling around and telling you you're on your way to the Blackmorass or something like that. A very interesting idea, and it just goes to show the kind of stuff they actually scrapped in vanilla WoW before they launched it. Yeah, this is actually one of the coolest things I've seen in a very long time, and I don't think many people know about this extra area of the Blackmorass, and it's pretty damn cool. And I'm kind of sad that they got rid of that idea of kind of traveling through a weird area before getting to your destination in time. So that's it from the Blackmorass. So now let's talk about Escape from Durnhold. Now, as I said, this is in the vanilla WoW files. This is not taken from TBC or later. This is literally from the 1.13 game files. Now, this area is actually on the same map ID as the Blackmorass. Now, in TBC, they actually did separate them to two different map IDs because they are two different dungeons. But yeah, essentially, these are on the same map ID. And this Escape from Durnhold is absolutely pixel perfect, identical to the version they created in TBC, and complete with the revamped Tarrant Mill. You know, all of Durnhold all rebuilt and everything like that. Even all the little details like the flags and trees and everything like that. The only differences are like inside the buildings. I think the South Shore Inn is like gutted out and there's no tables or chairs or any like decoration like that. It's just kind of completely flattened. there's nothing in there. But beyond that, it's actually identical, and it even utilizes the fog technology where you go out of the area and it doesn't let you see what's in front of you, which is something we didn't actually see happen at all in vanilla WoW. So it's interesting that they actually had this technology in vanilla and never utilized it until TBC. So yeah, very, very cool. So that is actually pretty much it. That's honestly, like, there's not too much else I can talk about. You've got the instance portal in Durnhold as well, which is just regular, exactly where it was in Burnt Crusade. But honestly, just for me, this is just such a cool area. I love the fact that this is fully fleshed out, done, ready to go essentially without spawns in Classic WoW, and it would have been so cool if they did pull the trigger and actually put this in Classic WoW. And obviously beyond this, kind of gets into the discussion of something like Classic Plus, where they add new content to Classic WoW once you've got to phase 6 of release. For me, it's kind of a pipe dream and kind of wishful thinking, and I don't know if it would actually work in practice. I personally would prefer TBC, but you know, it's kind of funny to speculate. So guys, if you do like this video or this type of video, there is a couple more maps that we can check out on the map viewer for Classic WoW. There's a few out there, and it's very, very cool, and it's kind of fun to speculate on why these maps exist in the first place and the actual amount of effort they put into these maps just to scrap them off or bring them in a later expansion. So let me know down below, guys, what you think of this, what you think their actual ideas were when they originally made this. I personally think they probably would have ended up being like a dungeon or maybe like a zone or something like that. Not too sure. Probably just 2 dungeons or something like that. Not really too sure on that one. So before I go, I'd like to give a massive shout out to my amazing patrons, YouTube channel members, and Twitch subs. You guys are awesome. And if you'd like to support the channel in any of those ways, links are down below. So leave a like on this video, guys, if you liked it, and subscribe if you haven't. As I said, been streaming on twitch.tv/MrGM. We've literally just got partner last week. So yeah, if you want to check me out streaming, I'm streaming right now, twitch.tv/MrGM. And with that, guys, I'll see you next time.